watch those drums?
If it is, can I record it when I enter? If you let them know that we. Okay. This is women's quarter.
This is where the women live. Like I said, we have an empty bed.
Oh my gosh. Wow, this is really clean. Very organized and clean. I didn't really expect such a place. This is fantastic.
But you can see some of resident damage from the roofer.
Oh, yes, I see. And when they sleep here, is there anyone sleeping here?
This is the people that are in our program sleeping here.
Amanda,
Amanda sleeps here.
Jamie.
And when they come here, so is there a time kind of they enter here?
Yeah, they can't hang out all day.
And what time is the time you using this?
What time do they get?
They usually come after the last meeting. During the week it's 9 at 9 o'clock, and on Friday nights it's 11 o'clock. Saturday night they have karaoke, so they don't get in here until 12. You know.
And what is the morning?
They got Monday through Friday. They have to be up at 6:30 and in the clubhouse by 7:30.
Wow.
For morning meditation.
And what is weekday time here? Maximum time
They
spent?
don't come back to the house till at night. What we try to do is installing them. When you go to work for 8 hours.
Yeah.
You know, you don't come back to your home for that
I
long.
see.
So we're trying to instill in them to make them more dependent on not sleeping all the time.
I see. That's very important. Good. And do they make their bed every day themselves?
Yes, they do.
Yep.
They make their bed.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Lovely. They make their bed clean.
And they have chores every
And you
morning.
didn't know that I'm going to record here. This is just
the way
randomly I
Except
entered
for-
here.
Except for these, this is stuff that I just brought home from my job,
Yeah.
that I have to go through.
Right.
Some of
Lovely.
They
it,
all have chores.
Okay.
They do laundry. It's on Saturdays, I believe.
Saturdays is laundry
It's
and
laundry day and GI.
GI.
Okay,
So
great.
they clean everything, mop the floors, clean the shower,
Yeah.
all of that.
This is better than my present place. Much better. That's great.
It's a lot
Okay.
better than the streets.
Yes,
that's for sure.
much better than streets. Thank you. Okay. Appreciate it. Yeah. I'm not recording anyone. The walls.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year too. I don't want to record the people here. Just the walls. Okay. What's your name, gentlemen? It is. I want to record for a while. Let's see how it's going. My name is Edip. We met last night, correct?
Frank.
Your name is Frank, correct?
Yes.
Where we are now? Do you know the location?
Yeah, this is 2422 Kensington Ave, first stop recovery.
I wouldn't hear anything. I wouldn't understand anything if I'm listening first time. 2422 Kensington, correct?
Kensington.
Kensington. It is New Jersey, South New Jersey. Yeah, last night I came here, and this is what is this place about?
This place is taking people off the streets that got drug and alcohol problem. They have no money, no insurance, no nothing. We give them second chances.
Yeah.
So as we get them in, we help them get IDs. We're hooked up with University Penn, get them outpatient treatment program. While they're doing that, they get a sponsor and worker program for the first 4 months, for 130 days. They don't have to pay rent. They focus on the recovery. After 130 days over, when they get the certificate, then we help them find jobs. Most of the people here, we already got jobs for already. Good, decent paying jobs once they go through the program. As our goal is to get them have their own apartment, get their own place, get their own job, and be productive members of society.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so far, our success rate for 2019 is a 97% success rate so far.
Wow. Okay, come on, go behind. We'll have few homeless friends who will be coming here joining us. My name is Edip. Today is the 3rd of January?
Yes.
Okay, 3rd of January 2020 right now. Last night I came here upon invitation of my friend who is a real estate contractor. He has a fancy car, and so far the places he has taken me, they are very fancy places. And he was talking about Kensington, a place there, and there is a lady who is so interesting and stuff. And do you want me? Yeah, I said you have. She's Turkish speaking, correct?
Yeah, I'm Turkish.
What's your name?
My name is Banu, last name İbisi.
Banu İbisi, last name is
I came from
funny.
Istanbul.
But tell me the story of your last name.
Actually, my last name is Ibisovsky.
Okay.
Carried from Macedonia, and when they couldn't find W's and SK's in Turkey, they just cut it.
Chop
They
it
made İbisi.
into half. Okay, I will come back to you and we'll discuss. Now, last night when I came here, I was expecting a fancy restaurant by the river. This is Philadelphia. And then when I entered the street, I say, my gosh, this is a dilapidated, terrible neighborhood. And then here comes to the buildings, and the buildings are basically faceless, you know, they need all aesthetic surgery. But the door entered, oh my gosh, I went back, what, 30, 40 years before my youth, prisons, but this was the third world. But anyway, I was very impressed and surprised about the behavior of the homeless people there. There was an AA, was it an
AA meeting.
An
right?
AA meeting.
8 o'clock.
You know, these people have a lot of troubles and problems in their past. And the way they were communicating, the way they were engaging in that, in quote, could be boring stuff, it was very impressive, very also promising that these people really could have much better life if they get little help. This is a very little help. If I show you these buildings, the walls are basically do not have paint, it's narrow roads, it's old building, but what this lady did out of this old building created a haven, safe haven for homeless people. Here I want to ask them about their experiences. Should we tell us what is it about?
Okay.
Do you have something to tell us?
Well,
You want to start, Dr. Tony?
Amanda's on her way up, and Sean doesn't want to speak in front of a camera.
Alright,
So who else do you recommend?
who else is behind there? I'll get him.
Okay.
Move towards.
I can go wherever you want.
I thank you. Okay, come
You
here.
can sit here.
You go find some people. Last night they were very talkative. They wanted to join us.
Yeah, they don't like cameras.
They don't.
Okay, no problem.
Because the thing is, some people have police records, some
Okay.
of them have warrants for their arrests.
Yeah,
I
you
see.
don't know, yeah.
And behind closed doors,
Okay.
they'll tell you everything.
I
But when it
see.
comes down to in front of the camera, who's
Okay.
going to see this?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Are you serious? Oh my God.
Because one of the things here at the stop is we take in everybody. All right, most of the people in our program have been thrown to the curb. Their parents don't want them, their family doesn't want them, the kids don't
The
want them.
system don't want them.
Nobody wants them.
Even
And-
other jails don't want them.
And they've tried everything. But right now, we have, our recovery rate is 8 times the national average.
Wow.
8
Wow.
times the national average. All right, and these are not our numbers. These are coming from another independent company. Our numbers are actually a little bit higher because people have left there and gotten real jobs. But the thing is, again, why do you have to wait till somebody hits rock bottom to get them help?
Absolutely.
Okay, oh, you're having chest pain? Oh, not a problem, don't worry about it. What, your arm's getting numb? No big deal, we don't have to call 911 yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you just passed out. Oh, but you're still breathing.
Yep, you're right.
you know, you call 911, oh, I'm having chest pains immediately. But why do we have to wait till the person's passed out, unconscious, turning blue before we help them?
What is the number of homeless people in the U.S.? The last number I thought more than 500,000.
I would say at least, I don't know the exact number.
Oh, maybe even more than that, perhaps. Hi, gentlemen and ladies.
Okay.
Nice to see you. If you open a space there too, please come here.
Okay. Let me get my hair first.
We can throw away that box from there down from the floor. You need to be able to see everyone if you come a little bit here. You need to think creatively. No. Very carefully move. You need to be really attentive. We made a mistake here. Okay. Okay. Will you be able to focus on people when they talk? Okay?
She's learning to be a camera.
Yeah, you better to do that. This is my nephew. Perhaps this is the first extracurricular activity she's doing. She's 18 years old. She's very spoiled American girl.
Nice.
She's from Turkey.
Okay.
Yeah, let me tell you a little bit about her. I will not give her name not to embarrass her, not to mess up her record. But she is really spoiled. I want her specifically come here to take life lessons and how people in different situations they can be happy. She is depressed, 18 years old, in a beautiful home, hot, warm home. Everything is perfectly clean. Mother is a clean maniac. She cleans every day.
Does she need a brother? Does she need a brother? I'm available.
Yeah, good. Mother, she's my sister. Absolutely. I wake up, she's cleaning. She takes my clean clothes.
Typical Turkish.
This is unbelievable. My clean clothes, she goes washing
You need
machine.
to talk, you don't know.
Not single spot. Now she's in such a home, and the breakfast, perfect breakfast.
You're not alone with that.
Father likes all sorts of
You're not
cheese.
alone with that one.
I love cheese.
Every
A lot of people experience the same.
Okay. You need to take her when he enters. And,
No,
yeah. And the cheese, also cheese. What I'm telling you, there is honey there is cheese there's Turkish bread there, delicious
You know,
tea.
both of them knows Turkish breakfast.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah. Olive there, even omelette there, everything. And she comes with an attitude, wake up after noon, and then she's depressed, upset. Are you crazy? Last night she left half of the drink,
I
delicious
didn't leave
drink,
it, I forgot.
and instead of putting it back in the fridge, it's something that could go bad and wasting that. Drinks water. Look,
She owns a yacht.
this is an issue not only limited.
The same problem, depression, inside.
He's
They
trying
just
to.
don't understand.
It's not rehabilitation time. I'm telling people something important that young people in America, they are spoiled. They have all the amenities and blessings, and they waste the food, they waste their drink. Last night when I woke up, the only nights downstairs, all the lights were on. She goes downstairs, doesn't even care about turning them off. This is a problem. And what I see also in this country, here are people who do not have nothing even to lose, correct? What do you have on your name? Do you have home?
I do, actually.
I'm
Right
so
now.
glad.
But right now.
Okay.
As of now. like-
Beautiful. What about you?
Nothing.
Nothing. And many like Amanda, and when I came here last night, Amanda shook my hand, introduced herself with a smiling face. You could never imagine that this woman have nothing, but she has everything, and she's depressed. Amanda could be happy, and Amanda needs more help than her, and therefore I wanted her to come here to take life lesson, and I hope that for a few days she will be really homeless.
You
She
wrote-
can sleep in our,
Time.
she can sleep in our dorm.
Absolutely. We should have a
She's
program.
way off track on this one here. Way off track.
Yeah.
You think money buys happiness?
No.
No.
You think money can make you happy? You think clothes,
Oh, you
food?
sit down here.
Me?
Just talk about Jamie.
You
Tell
are
me about it.
in
John
a
Joe
real-
shows up.
Oh, hi everybody.
Hi, Jamie. Hey.
Listen,
Okay, come here.
You told him about personal.
First up,
Okay, now I want to turn. I know I should not talk too much, and it's your turn. Your name, gentlemen?
I'm Dr. Tony Gardner.
Dr. Tony Gardner, what area of doctor?
I'm a chiropractor with a diplomate degree in addictions.
And you are working in connection with Banu.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of
Frank.
you. And I'm so
Frank.
proud of you guys,
Yeah.
your dedication. And last night, when I see in that setting, and they will be in it. And then I learned there is structure here. It appears that no structure, but there is structure. Okay, I would like to hear your story.
Editor,
Huh.
he was talking.
Yeah, go ahead. You and then start.
Okay.
Yes, gentlemen, what's your name?
My name is Stuart.
Stuart.
Yes.
And whatever you want, you feel comfortable to share with us, because the purpose is to create awareness about the homeless issue, because there are a lot of misinformation, and also maybe here brainstorm about what kind of solution, because in this country, 3 people owns more than 50% of the wealth, billionaires and billionaires. Therefore, having homeless people on the street is a shame, and these are criminals. We should consider these billionaires criminals, because they are making this money sucking from the work of the people. And therefore, we cannot call this country as the best country in the world if we have even a single person need help on the street. We are not helping, because it is a rich country, a lot of richness. And therefore, the story you're telling is not only for yourself, it will also help others to know you as a human being, that you need help if you fall. If they fall, if I fall, we need help from each other.
Can I add something?
Yes, please.
Basically, we are not homeless shelter. Many of people here, you will be surprised. And we have millionaires here under this
We got people with money here.
money.
With that,
With careers,
addiction has nothing to do with
nurses.
being homeless.
Yes.
What,
All the way. Mhm.
what happens is, it's like drinking a beer. Everybody said beer and whiskey, right? Wine. Well, most people can drink normally. For us addicts and alcohol, we crossed that line of no return. It wasn't come to pleasure, became necessary to survive. Now, what happens, what's more important, drink or food? Drugs or food? Drugs. Pay the bills or drugs? Drugs. Drugs came number 1 before everything. The homeless has a path we choose. And of course the city, the state has anything to do with it. It's a disease. You got cancer, right? Let's use cancer for example. You don't take the treatment doctor gives you for cancer, what happens? You die, right? Well, we got a treatment we have to take, us alcoholics and addicts. Alright, it's called a program we do. We don't stay within that guidelines of our program, we're going to drink. And we drink, we're surely going to die. You know, it's not if, it's when. And we put a drug in us, there's no stoppers. I can't just have one and walk away.
Okay, I want to go one by one, and thank you very much for that information. And here is one rule of thumb. You know, we didn't prepare for this one. Is our talk, we about 1 or 2 minutes and switch to another person, because the attention span of our viewers, unfortunately, is not too long. Because I have been teaching for more than 20 years, the attention span of my students are short, getting shorter and shorter. Therefore, we need to think about our audience in order not to lose them, keep it short, and move to other things, other person, change. Stuart, it is your turn. And how long have you been here?
I first came here 2 years ago.
Okay.
I've been back here about twice now in that 2 years. I came originally from a very rural family where we didn't have a lot. We would have to hunt sometimes for food to get through the year. But eventually we moved into a city down in Miami, and I kind of like turned my back on my family due to my addiction.
What age did you become addicted?
It probably started at 16.
Addiction started with which drug?
Alcohol and marijuana.
Beautiful. Alcohol is a drug, is a liquid drug, and it is unfortunately very promoted everywhere in this country, on screens, in schools, and everywhere. And at age 16, and then led you to other drugs, correct?
Yes, it led me to other drugs. It led me to turning my back on my family and just traveling the country for a couple of years. Just bouncing from town to town until it was time to just move on to a new place, and I eventually made it here, and I'm 32 now.
And what keeps you here? What do you like about here? What kind of help you find here?
the structure, it's a family environment. I learned that there was another way of living life.
And how many homeless people are treated here?
A lot. I couldn't give you a number, but a lot of them.
Manu?
I would say any given time we hold about 40 people, but throughout the year with in and out, some people don't stay. Probably Frank sees about 1,000 people.
And this is, are you supported by government? Do
No.
you-
No.
Wow. And what is it? How it works?
Do you want me to answer that question?
How you pay the rent for,
Dr.
how much rent you are paying for these buildings? Yes,
Dr. Tony
go ahead.
can answer that.
Well, basically, I own the buildings, and the mortgage, with all of the buildings, the mortgage is about $8,000 a month. And then we have $13,000 in taxes, then we have utilities and insurance and all of that. A lot of months we come up short. Some months we come up very short, and that money comes mostly out of my pocket.
Wow. And taxes? Why you are paying taxes? Is it
Real
non-profit?
estate.
This is America.
Unbelievable.
Property taxes. You don't own anything in America.
Yeah.
You still have to pay property tax. Because if you don't pay property tax, they'll come and take your property.
We have something writing, I hope it's not confidential.
No.
Okay, good.
That's
Yeah, I should have thought about it. Okay, that means you are non-profit and you started this just wow. And I saw a store here in the corner
Yeah.
belonging to these things.
Yeah, we own a grocery store. On the corner, we have a brick oven, which we make pizza and things. And we use that as a job training facility, because a lot of these people come in off the streets, they have no job skills, no resume, no self-confidence. So we use that in conjunction with that. Amanda was actually one of them.
Can add.
She was one of our head pizza makers. She worked at Deli, and she basically came out of her shell. She can explain all that.
Yes, self-confidence.
Yeah, please jump into it if you have anything to say to that. I want it to be a little bit chaotic, semi-chaotic,
Okay.
the interaction. Tell us about you, Amanda. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm a cat lover. You know, I love animals. Unbelievable, no. But in all reality, I came here 19 months ago, and I did leave since then and had to come back. So I'm freshly back. But I came in and I was hopeless. I didn't have any purpose in life, and I didn't actually know which way to turn. But I came here, and I knew that there was family here, and there was good people here, and that they were doing something different with their lives. They opened me with welcomed me with open arms, and they loved me until I loved myself. And I remember the one day Frank was like, "We need somebody in the store," and I was like, "Yes, I'll do it," you know, just so I could get out of the clubhouse for a little bit. And then I tried doubting myself, like I thought about it, and I even tried to get out of it. Frank's like, "You can do it with your hands. I do it with my hands." I went down to the pizza shop. I had no confidence whatsoever, and like just working there and actually believing in myself and gaining the confidence that I was capable of being employed, gave me so much hope. And I was in the pizza shop for what, like 6 months?
6 months.
And I was able to get assertive and tell people what I thought and like actually do something with my life. And that actually caused me like to end up looking for outside work eventually, and I got a job at a pharmaceutical company. I only stayed for a couple months after I got that job, and like I regret ever leaving. You know, because I ended up back in the same position. I ended up coming back back here, like I can't work now because I just had tendon surgery and I can't work, you know, and it's depressing not being able to work. And I knew like either I was going to go back to, like I did relapse and I went back to the drugs, but I knew it was going to be much deeper and darker if I didn't get a program back in my life. Like it scared me. It really did.
Did you have time on the streets? Did you
Yes.
sleep on the
Yes.
streets in the cold and the heat?
Yes.
My God.
And
What about
let's-
you, Stuart?
I've had time throughout my life living on the streets, yes.
Which cities?
From here to Oregon, down to Miami.
Wow.
All over the country.
All over the country. International, interstate.
Yeah, I've
homeless.
also been homeless overseas.
Wow.
Homeless overseas.
Which country?
I did my externship in Barcelona after I graduated,
Wow.
and I traveled through Europe for about 2 years, and a lot of that was spent just jumping from city to city.
Yeah. Wow. And Ma'am, I will come back to you. I have specific questions for both of you, Banu and Doctor.
Totally.
And the name of this place we didn't mention, correct? First Stop? What?
First Stop Recovery.
First Stop Recovery at Kensington, Philadelphia, correct?
Yep.
And ma'am, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Jamie. I've been here for 2 years. This place definitely saved my life. I was broken. Everybody has a different story, but when we come here, we are broken. We have no other choice but to try to get some type of help, but you have to be willing to take the help. And it's really hard when you've been through some things to have, you have trust issues. And I met people here that I'm closer with now, and that's my family, than I am with my own family, because my family is, wasn't the best growing up, you know what I mean? Everyone, like I said, everyone's broken in their own way. My story isn't being homeless on the streets, but if I continue using drugs, it would be that, you know what I mean? I never came to Kensington. I'm in Kensington for recovery, believe it or not, and a lot of people laugh at that because it is really crazy out here. Like, you can walk down the streets and it's right in front of you. Like, this is the belly of the beast. This is like the bottom, you know what I mean? And you have to be strong and really want this thing and to work this thing. But, coming to First Stop has showed me what I'm able to do, Don't mind me, I'm a little nervous. I don't like speaking. Bonnie told me to sit down. But Frank definitely, he's seen something in me I didn't see in myself, and he gave me a chance that nobody wanted me. Like, I have 3 beautiful children. My mom told me the kids could stay, but you can leave, because I was caught up on heroin so bad. So,
Well,
this place definitely saved my life, and I'm thankful for it. I wouldn't have 2 years clean if it wasn't for this place, I feel like.
I want to enter this video, this thing for people to read after this one, correct? Would I do that? Would you mind?
No.
Okay. This is about, can you see it? Do you see it? Hold on. Here.
Yeah, you can see.
The address. Okay. The title is Jury Reached a Verdict. We are the guilty. This is about my experience with a homeless person who was tried in the court for using 0.3 milligram, gram, 0.3 gram of crack, basically found in a public restroom next to him. And over there, I see how money is spent to incarcerate a homeless person. A fraction of that money is spent to help that person rehabilitate. It would be much better for the society. But there are lawyers on both sides, prosecutor, defense, police officer, and there was jury. 20, 30 people came there, and they were basically picked 9 jury members for days. And there are also expert witnesses, judge and clerk. Everyone spent so much time and money of many people in order to try this person for hurting himself, because he was left on the street. And therefore it is very important to know that this is, because there is a misinformation, people think, oh, they enjoy to be homeless. Not necessarily.
Well, what kind of help are you giving them?
Absolutely.
We offer Suboxone, we offer methadone, no
Exactly.
drugs from one of those drugs to another drug, give them drug, can say so they can do the drug safely.
The best thing I did here, honestly, is go cold turkey, and it's rough, but I know for me, I don't want to have to go through that pain again, and I don't have to if I choose to stay clean.
But I heard Suboxone is rougher.
Suboxone's
Listen, when you're an addict, you can't use one thing to substitute it with another thing, because like Frank just said, you're going to be caught up on one thing to be on another thing. It's rough. Suboxone, Iverse, and methadone as well is just as
Well, methadone is your bone marrow.
right.
Doctor
That's
told
like
us
Suboxone is hard to
synthetic
detox
doping.
from than it is from the drug. That's one of the hardest things to detox from. Between the methadone and Suboxone, 2 hardest drugs to detox from. You can't go cold turkey and then you die.
basically one of the reasons why we don't get grants too. We are black sheep of the group.
because we don't do
We
Suboxone.
don't do
We don't believe
Suboxone
in
and we don't do
We're a
methadone.
holistic.
We are holistic.
We're holistic, so we
I
don't.
can't believe that.
Yeah, we do not do
Wow.
Suboxone methadone because again, you're trading one high for another.
Yeah.
And see, the thing is, Big Pharma is a very large, compassionate company. And they feel the urge that they want to help.
Okay.
So basically what happened is heroin is such a nasty drug. So they designed this drug called Suboxone. And it's more addictive than heroin. So it's
Wow.
real easy to get somebody off of heroin on Suboxone. And then it's designed to be weaned off of that in 5 days, 3 to 5 days, when you're detox. Done. On paper it sounds great. But as soon as you leave detox, here's your maintenance dose.
Yep.
Okay? Now they're hooked on Suboxone. And it's more addictive than heroin, and the withdrawal is 1,000 times worse than heroin.
Can't believe it.
I've been on
But see,
all
the
of
thing
them.
is, again, Big Pharma is compassionate. Suboxone's legal, heroin's not. So what they do is they...
I think you are using the word compassion as an irony.
Well, no. See, because they are. Because they help. Because what they do is they subsidize the city programs.
Yeah.
Okay? We will give you millions of dollars to help subsidize programs, as long as it's evidence-based. Here's the evidence Suboxone is good.
Wow.
So Big Pharma makes billions. They kick back a few million, and everybody's happy because the general public thinks that the person suffering from the addiction is getting the help that they need. Okay, and in reality, they're not.
Wow.
Okay, because the thing is, we're treating drug addicts with drugs. Do we treat diabetics with chocolate cake and ice cream?
That's incredible. That
Okay,
is-
but it's the same mentality.
Yeah.
Okay, so why? You've got to treat the disease, and the disease of addiction is in the midbrain. It actually affects 15% of the population, and it affects how people think, feel, act, and react. Okay, and what you got to change the way they think, feel, act, and react. And how do you do that if you're giving them a drug? Because that's what they're used to. You're not
In
changing
other
it.
words, they got an addict with a dollar sign on the back.
Just 2 people had option to go to places for Suboxone, but they came here.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that? Why you did not go one of those places, but choose to come
Well, I
here?
went to detox where they gave you methadone, and I had to come here to detox off of detox. And it just substitutes. It's a substitute, and it's worse to come off those drugs, and then your mind's not even really free. Like, it's clouded almost. Your judgment's almost clouded because you're still putting the drugs in you. And I've been incarcerated numerous times, and like, they don't really know about programs like this. They're more familiar with programs that are like giving methadone maintenance, Suboxone maintenance, because I believe they all get cutbacks. The judges, the probation, they all get cutbacks. So like, I'm just grateful for this program because they don't have you do that whole medication route.
Wow. Now, you know, in schools, in college especially, there is a work-study program. Work-study program students, in order to supplement their scholarship, whatever money they get, and it is a work opportunity. The government pay for their salary, but the institution, usually at the college, who hire them will hire them for free, and this make them more preferable to the departments to hire a student on work study. Do you know about that program? In order, students will have job experience, will also have money, but will also work for that. Is there such a work study for homeless people to make them rehabilitate and also have transition, get some experience in certain jobs and skills?
The store.
Yeah, that's what we do here. We do basically a work study for the people that are in our program. They can go into the store, learn to be a deli clerk, pizza maker, cashier, stock boy, all of that stuff. And
Not all government grants. You are not doing.
no,
Government
we
is
do
not.
Don't have-
do not
don't
get a
have from
cent from the
nobody.
city, state, government. federal.
Doesn't have government doesn't have such program, correct?
There are programs out there that I am aware of. However, every time we apply, the application gets lost. We don't qualify. We never get
Yeah,
anyone.
too much bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Can I share something? I was in this thing called Dawn's Court, which was I'm just gonna be open about prostitute treatment court because I was arrested for prostitution, and I wrote up a proposal for them because they were focusing on everything else like trauma counseling, IOP, the drug addiction, but they didn't put anything in for job placement. And I thought like it would be a great idea to get contracts with people in the city where we could clean their offices. And they knocked that down right away. So they're like, they want to help you. They say they want to help you with drugs and stuff, but they don't want to give you the tools you need, like being confident in yourself and working, like learning how to work and become a productive member of society. And I believe that's a big issue. That
Absolutely.
Basically overhaul, they set people up to fail.
yep.
They treat symptoms instead of the baseline cause of the issues.
Yes.
Ma'am,
That's medicine in general.
welcome. What's your name?
I'm Alice.
I'm Alice.
Yeah, a lot of them call me mom here.
Yes.
I'm in charge of the women here.
Nice to see you.
Nice to
And
meet you.
do you most likely you have also a story with homelessness, correct?
Not me personally.
Okay. Oh, you are working. You are
Um,
helping people.
I got 25 years clean
Okay.
from my drug addiction.
Oh, I see.
But I have 2 daughters out there, and they're both on methadone, and they've both been on methadone for multiple years.
Wow.
My one daughter is 39 years old. She has a bad heart now. She has a pacemaker. She has a heart of an old man. And this is what methadone does to these people. Methadone, when it was originally made, it was a 5-day thing. They started on 25, bringing down 5 a day, and you were off in 5 days. Now what they're doing is they're upping their doses. My daughter was on almost 200 milligrams of methadone, which didn't help her heart. None of that. I have another daughter out there. She's on methadone. She really needs to have her hip replaced, but they're too busy running after their stuff. Because really the methadone, they can do other drugs with it.
You got the clonopins,
Yeah,
Catapros.
Clonopins.
and a lot of them do. They buy stuff
So
after
they get high.
get
Like
Yeah,
So
then
that
Sudafed.
they
I-
get high.
Yeah, I learned that Sudafed was also used for that.
Oh, they,
you know what-
Therefore, since
each
I
of
learned,
these people are pharmacists.
You know what
They
methadone
know
comes
their
from?
knowledge.
which
is-
one?
Who made methadone?
yeah, let's not give so much information.
Yeah, but who made it though?
Yeah.
Where's the methadone come? Germany.
Germany.
Hey, they made it for these guys so they could go combat.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that all these programs out there, if you're not offering the methadone or Suboxone,
They don't want nothing to do
they
with
don't want to give you any kind of help.
Can't believe this. This is.
Holistic programs.
Did you hear the issue? The issue is homeless shelter. If they give this kind of medication, which they are drugs themselves, they are addictive also. If you are not providing this for homeless, you are not getting any grants and support. Correct?
Yeah,
Did I get it right?
we're still 8 times the national average in
It's unbelievable. This is really a story that should be making national news, and this kind of program should get much more support than the so-called other programs. That is, to me, is fascinating, and still I cannot believe how it could happen. I would like to go back to you. What is your experience here? When did you start this? Who are you? Why did you start this program? And the same with you. Anytime you can jump.
Okay. We started this program kind of together. Initially, my parents are immigrants. We immigrated. I did not grow up too far from here. It was like 2 blocks from here. Because when you are immigrant, you don't have money. My parents did not have money. So when I was 16 years old, we moved to this neighborhood. Drugs was everywhere. So this is very familiar to me. I did not get caught in, but some of my family members did, because sometimes invited me to. So then I was working, I studied accounting and finance, I did my master's. I was working for energy trading for 12 years. My company kept moving me from suburb to suburb. And finally they decided to move to Baltimore. I said, this is it, I'm not going to give you my package. So I was offered a nice package from my company. At that time, this place was going for sale. This was still Recovery House called Last Stop. Frank was worked here. But the guy wanted to close this, move to Camden and Stories. So I had some money. And Dr. Tony's friend, one of friends approached us. He said, like, would you like to help me to get this place? And I said, okay, what do I do? Something better with my money. Here is my money. I'm gonna give some for down payment, and we got the buildings. With the idea that the person was gonna run this, and we were gonna do nothing with this because we don't know recovery. It ended up to be like he could not run this place efficiently. He got relapsed, he got high, so he left, and we had to come down, take day-to-day operations, which is I'm glad I took, that I learned about recovery. And since past 3 years, our numbers are going up, and this place is really picking up thanks to Frank, who's doing day-to-day jobs here. And I'm sorry.
It's a week.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
Great.
week.
It's a week.
Yeah, we have a good deep team here now. We have a
Yeah.
strong team.
Doctor, what about you? What do you hope for here? Or you may start how you got involved with this?
Do you have about 3 more weeks? Okay, there's so many things that we can do here because we have so much potential. But basically, as Bonnie was saying, a friend of mine approached me and we looked at everything, and you think the buildings are bad now?
Yeah.
You should have seen the one we took over,
Wow.
okay? Horrible, okay? And, you know, basically we said, yeah, we're in on 2 conditions. One, we make the place better, and 2, I went back to school and I got my diplomate degree in addictions. But ideally, what I want to do with the grocery store, now we can build up to 4 floors. So I want to take the grocery store, put 4 floors on there. The second floor would be our own IOP, which is an intensive outpatient clinic. 3rd and 4th floor would be residential. Once we get everybody over there, then we take all of this property that we have here, tear it down before it falls down, and then rebuild 4 floors there, residential. Also, part of it, I also definitely want to do something VA wing as well, because those guys are getting shafted too.
And aquaponics.
And there's, again, so many other things. One of the things that I also want to do on the roof is aquaponics. So this way, we're growing fresh, organic vegetables and fish. So again, it's a job for our residents, so they learn some job skills, get some responsibility. But 2, that gives us inventory for the store cheaper than we can get anywhere else, so that we can pass those savings on to everybody. So now everybody in the neighborhood is eating fresh, organic vegetables, fresh, organic fish, and it's a win-win for everybody.
If you are watching this and interested to contribute this one, if you are a rich person, it's really relative, you want to contribute, I will put some information down under this video, phone number or other information maybe, I don't know. Do you have website too?
Yes.
We can put together website too, but I will put some information there so that you can contact them and help these people. And wow, what I'm learning is really some of things that are absolutely new things.
Like I said, if you have about 2 weeks, I
Yeah.
can explain to about half of the things we want
Yeah.
to do.
And
Also,
you get-
besides people have money, politicians can support this model to stand behind this
Absolutely,
model.
this
If
is
they are
also we
senators and-
sending to politicians too. This is,
One of the things that we're basing off of, this is what launched Janet Reno into her stardom. Because I did my diplomate degree down in Miami. And down in Miami, they started the drug court system. And the professor of the college that I went to, he and Janet Reno formed this little 3-year study. And basically, in the study, they started the drug court system. At the time they started this study, there was a 75% rearrest rate. Meaning if you were convicted of a nonviolent drug-related crime, there was a 75% chance you're going to be in front of the judge. After they did the 3-year pilot study with some of the stuff that we're trying to implement here, guess what the rearrest rate dropped down to? Guess what it dropped down to?
I don't know, maybe to 20%.
If it was 20%, everybody would be doing this,
Okay.
okay? You know, everybody would be doing this because this really worked well.
Yeah.
It dropped down to 3%.
Actually, this
Okay.
relates to article you put together, same idea, how much money
Yeah.
goes to
Okay.
rearrest and
But then, again, like I
impersonation.
said before, Big Pharma stepped in and said, well, wait a minute. We don't have a piece of that pie. So then everything came down, 3%.
Wow.
And
It's
basically all it is doing what we're doing here, implementing chiropractic, because a lot of people face addiction because of an underlying pain. The chiropractic, we take away the pain. There's an amino acid protocol that we can start doing where we implement certain amino acids that bind to the receptor sites in the brain to prevent relapse. And there's also an auricular therapy session that we do, which is like acupressure to the points of the ear, which help with the cravings. And with that, it went from 75% re-arrest rate down to 3.
That means you have some basically physiological intervention.
Yeah.
Okay. Here is things. What if you introduce them to workplaces and provide them some skills, help them to get skills, and this place also can become like a family, like nighttime, evening times, or weekends they can come. Maybe they wean, but still they continue their relationship with their community, which they graduated
See,
like.
that's one of the nice things.
Like alumni.
Correct. We do
Yeah.
have alumni that come in. You met a couple actually the other night. But one of the things that makes us more successful is there's no time period. Okay? Because again, addiction is a disease. It's a chronic disease, meaning you have it for life.
Yeah.
Right? What do we do with addicts? Or you're an addict going to detox 5 to 7 days. Okay, well now what? Well, there's a program over here for 30 days. Okay, well now what? The same thing as saying you have diabetes, here's 30 days of insulin, have a nice life.
Exactly.
You can't do that. So here, there's no time frame.
Yes.
You can stay here for 30 days, you can stay here for 30 years,
Wow.
right? As long as you're meeting the criteria. And that's the nice thing about this, because you can go out there, you can have a job, you can be exposed to whatever you're exposed to, but you're coming home to a safe environment. Oh, I had a really crappy day, I can hit the 8 o'clock meeting. Or I have a crappy day, you know, I know Jeff across the hall from me, I can talk to him. Okay? So it's a safe environment.
Support.
Correct.
Anchor.
Correct, and that's why we're one big
Great.
family.
It's a we.
Because
Yeah.
everybody looks out
Lovely.
after each other.
Lovely. What about, I didn't see kind of like music. Do they have, I wish that there was some place kind of they would have indulge some hobbies like painting or
We got the artists. We got
training.
people who can draw, we
Yeah.
got people who can play guitar, we got people who can sing, we got people who does all this.
Usually summertime, every Saturday night we
We got
have
karaoke on
concerts
Saturday
in the
nights,
back.
we got dance last
What
Saturday.
about events? For example, in the
Bonfire.
society, homeless, let's say, competition, presentation of art, their talents in, for example, in university or school or in public park, all those kind of things.
Well, we do, and here's one of the problems that we had. We had a roofer, professional roofer, 40 years experience, destroy our buildings. All right, across from the grocery store, it's 2 floors. All right, so we have 6,500 square feet of unusable space because it leaks. Every time it rains, you can take a shower. And this was a professional roofer, so we're actually in a bunch of lawsuits back and forth with that. It's a huge mess. But when we were using the second floor up there, that's where we had our meetings. We had dances, we had dinners, we had karaoke, we had movie nights, we had all of that stuff. And it's basically a 6,500 square feet of open space. So there was a lot more activities for our guys to do. This time of the year it's a little bit harder because we can't go out into the yard because of the weather. But we make the best of it we can.
Yeah, this is our temporary place.
Yeah,
until
if you
we-
had a better place and some more resources, I think this could be
I think more
wonderful.
resources would be helpful.
Huh?
More resources.
The
We can get no better
resources.
place than this.
See, one of the things is when I talk to the politicians, just like with Janet Reno was a nobody assistant DA.
Yeah.
This launched her to her stardom.
Yeah.
Okay, if we can get a politician that is willing to help us out, they want to be president, we can help them. Because, and I tell everybody, we can make Philadelphia. Philadelphia is known as the fattest, sickest, unhealthiest city in America.
Poorest city as well.
Exactly, poorest city in the world.
Poorest.
But we can make that the addiction recovery center of the world. Okay, we can do that. We can prove it. We've proven it now. We're 8 times the national average.
Okay, lovely. Well, I will work to have a meeting, arrange a meeting between you and Mayor of Philadelphia. I have
Okay.
connection and we'll make it happen, God willing. Okay, great. And I would like to, last words, because I want to have some recording these, some places to show to people, up to you, if you want. Anyone here to have some addition, because I don't know how long it took. I don't want to exceed 1 hour.
6 minutes.
Yeah, I have.
Go ahead.
Our doors are open to anybody. If you have a couple of hours in your schedule, come to visit us. You'll see something you did not imagine, you did not vision it. Because when I came here, I had different idea when I was getting to it. Please give us a couple of hours of your time and just come to visit us.
You are inviting everyone.
Everybody.
Fantastic.
We have coffee shop.
Party in
It's
society.
easy, right, what, different people, it's easy to come and visit us, it's easy to show you, it's easy to explain to you.
Yeah, 'cause when you try to explain this, nobody can comprehend it.
Comprehend.
You have to see it, you have to
Exactly.
If
firsthand.
you are a politician, businessman,
Okay.
student, please come to visit us.
Lovely. And thank you very much. And did you take any lesson here? I think we need to really take away all your privileges that you have, your cozy home and all the foods you have, all the buttons you have, and your cellular phone, and have 1 month. No, she need to serve people here.
The bunk above Amanda is open.
Yeah, yeah. Amanda, you will be mentor for her.
But I'm on the
She-
top bunk.
She's look sweet girl. You
Yeah.
know?
You
Yeah.
ask mom if you can spend it. You want to spend the night, mom?
Sarah, you
Mom.
have to. Okay. No more, I don't want to hear the word depression. The moment you're depressed, you are at this center, you are going to serve everyone. Clean the floor and whatever they need. And what about tea? I wish that you had free tea. We need to do for something like that, a kind of resource for that. For people over there, once in a while distribute free tea instead of kind of making it monetary. Because if someone may not have any money, therefore if once an hour a tea is distributed in homeless center, in whatever, I know you don't call it homeless center, and addiction also. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Turn it off.
I don't know how to
Push the button. You don't know how to push the button?
Every one of my girls, they all call me mom, and they call me mom for a reason. You know, I get on them sometimes.
She is like a mom, though. Yeah.
I get on them just like a mother, but I have their best interest in heart. And please be careful with that depression.
Thank you very much. Can we go?
These doors go upstairs, and upstairs we have semi-private rooms and private rooms. So this gives people an incentive when they come in off the streets, they're in the dorm setting.
I see.
So once they've started to establish themselves, they have some clean time.
Okay.
More importantly, they have a job, they
Okay.
can start paying rent. And then we move them into semi-private and private rooms.
Okay.
So, again, it
Very
gives them
good.
some incentive.
And when they make some money, they also contribute, correct?
They pay rent.
They pay rent.
They pay rent.
Fantastic.
Right. The people that are living in the dorm section,
yeah.
they're not responsible for rent.
Okay.
Their job is their recovery.
I see.
Okay, so they find a sponsor, find a fellowship, work the program.
What is your expectation from them for how many days?
I don't.
Recovery.
Well, normally they're in here for at least 90 days.
Okay.
Because when you first come in off the streets, we have a 90-day blackout. So
Okay.
we take your cell phone. We try to limit all.
Oh, that's interesting. You take the cellular phone off
Yeah.
and block out 90 days.
90 days. It's a 90-day. Yeah.
That's good. And this is yours too until the end of the block.
Yeah. All the way to the end of the block.
If you want, we can walk. And okay, you said 90 days blackout.
90-day blackout.
Blackout. Okay.
That's if it's their first time through. If they're coming through a second time, then it's a 120-day blackout.
Oh, interesting. And that they have to follow the rules.
They have to follow the rules. If they don't follow the rules, then they don't have to stay here.
That's great. And this is the store that you also use for their
Correct.
recovery.
This is the grocery
Gentlemen,
store.
have a good one.
Now we can take you inside and show you around.
And what is the name of this store?
The name of the store is K-Fish Comestible.
Okay.
The reason how we came up with that is K for Kensington, Fish for Fish Town, and Comestible is just a yuppie fancy name for food.
I never heard that word. Comestible.
No. So what we're trying to do here is, because this is Kensington, that's Fish Town. So we're trying to draw the two communities together. That's why we have the K-Fish.
But the door is not inviting the customer. The door is those papers hung there. The window.
I know.
Not really.
It's not very inviting.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we have to fix, but it's,
Yeah. It requires money. Okay. Okay. It is.
started working on the inside.
It's huge
It's
area.
6,500 square feet.
It is very reasonable, good area. You have variety of
And we have
foods. It's like
frozen food. We
yeah,
got-
it's like Kmart or Circle K,
Yeah.
7-Eleven
We
stores.
also have a deli in the back. We have the
Okay.
Burger Oven Pizza.
Okay.
But the
Lovely.
problem is we don't have a huge volume of people coming in buying things.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people, they want fresh fruit, and I buy a big case of fresh fruit. We sell 3 of them, and we have to throw the rest out.
Huh.
So we need to get the volume of people in here. So another way people can help is they buy groceries anyway. If you're in the area, stop in.